in my lifetime, the discussion of the housing crisis has gone to a worry for the people over there to pretty much everyone knowing someone that's struggling to pay their rent or can't get on the housing ladder. I think that's the biggest misunderstanding in this country of the housing crisis, that it's a crisis reserved for the poorest people in insecure jobs. It's not. There are professionals up and down the country that are struggling to pay their rent. You have people that are earning a living and they still can't afford a home. That tells us that our homes are completely unaffordable across the country.
It's time to build 1.5 million new homes across the country. Opportunities for first-time buyers in every community.
Is he stupid? Seriously, is he stupid? Does he not know that if he builds another million houses, that the rich bankers who have lots of money are just going to buy these houses? And again, they're going to be setting the market at whatever price they want. It's not about, you can build as many houses as you want, but if there's rich people who are just going to buy them all up, then that is not your problem. The problem is that a huge number of people have houses that are not owned by them. They are owned by them technically, like they have to pay the bills. They have to, if there's a damage caused, if the boiler breaks, if there's a leak or something, if there's a real problem, they have to pay the bill. But in reality, the only reason why they were able to buy that house is because of gigantic mortgages that the government have allowed people to take out. Now, if the government stopped them from allowing them to take out these mortgages, then the housing market will come down and people will be so much happier. Right now, I just feel like the level of depression is so high, and I'm actually getting a huge number of people staring at this fucking rent bill just thinking, oh, I can't make it, and they've been tricked into thinking that they should be paying this amount of money for their rent, and they shouldn't be. The people who have bought the properties have bought it at completely false market rate. They're now renting out the properties for way higher than they should be. And they know that these houses are not worth anything as much as this, but because the billionaires have bought all these houses, they can say, you know what, we don't give a shit, and I don't know, but this. Why are they clapping? Why the fuck are they clapping? Yeah, build more houses for the billionaires to buy and keep the housing market incredibly high, whilst deceiving people into thinking that houses are very expensive when really they're all just being tricked.
The 1.5 million homes target for England was at the centre of Labour's election manifesto. Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland have their own ambitious housing targets.
That just seems like a bunch of stupid people. Build more houses, that's kind of what I thought years and years ago. But now that I've realised that houses are just so much more expensive, and you have just put people into slavery over it, you know what? The problem is not there's not enough houses. If there wasn't enough houses, people would leave. There is enough houses, it's just people, the bankers are just buying them. Stop the bankers from owning all the properties, and your problem will be fixed.